Hello, stock traders. I hope all of you had a great week. So far, month to date, I am not having the best time. As you have seen, the market has been kind of tough. Currently, I am at a 2.71% loss this month so far. But year to date, I am at a 168.42% gain. Now, I am not a financial advisor. Of course, you need to do your own due diligence. But if you have a solid strategy or a couple of strategies that are very solid within the stock market, you can make triple-digit gains. I have been able to do it for 4 of the last 5 years. 2018 got me and I wasn't able to do that. But overall, I've had a lot of success in the stock market because I have a strategy and I stick with it. And if you're not tracking your trades by strategy, you need to change that immediately. That is very, very important to do. It's something I do on each and every trade, and it is the secret sauce of my success. But before we get going in this video, if you could do me a favor and please hit the most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before and you are interested in what I have to say about the stock market, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when a new video comes out. We do have a link down below to a Patreon group down there for $27 a month. That basic group is a really good deal. That is where I cover my insider swing play and my PDUFA play, which have given me so much success over the years. So in the spirit of tracking my trades, we will start with the insiders, and this was not a great week. On average, with this strategy, I have a 70% win rate with an average gain per pick of 3%. In this video, I'm going to give you quite a few new of these top 7 stocks. So wait until the end because you will want to stay and watch and see what stocks I think will do well in the coming weeks based upon certain catalysts and things that are going on. All right, so let's start with the insider swing play. We have EVRG sold for a 0.21% loss this week. UIHC sold for a 2.68% gain. NHI sold for a 4.69% loss. TCRX sold for a 10.13% gain. DBI sold for a 4.29% loss. MYOV sold for a 3.43% loss. Now, this is my own fault. If I would have followed my strategy and sold this according to my strategy, because with any given or good stock strategy, you need not only a good plan to enter a stock, but you need a plan to exit a stock. It is very, very important to have a set thing to where you know if this thing happens, I am going to sell no matter what. If this thing happens, I'm going to sell. You have to have a plan if a stock should turn against you, and you have to have a plan if a stock has ran as far as it can go. All right, so this one was 28% up at the point of time when I normally would have sold it. And I thought I had the bright idea not to. Well, now I'm selling it for a 3.43% loss a month later, and it's really, really too bad. All right, let's go on. TMC sold for a 13.98% loss. RDUS sold for a 4.32% gain, and SXT sold for a 3.60% loss. So not a great week. I know this, but we had 2 amazing weeks in a row. If you go back to the last 2 top 7 videos, both those videos did really, really well with the insider swing play, more than double my average of my average gain per pick and a bigger win rate. So this was a tough week. 3 out of 9, a 33.33% win rate. That's way below average. 70% is my average on this. And a 1.45% average loss per pick. And I average a 3% gain per pick, whether it's a winner or a loser. I average a 3% gain on my strategy, my insider swing play, and that's how I'm able to get triple-digit gains year to date, and so that's how you do it. PDUFAs had absolutely no sales this last week, and so I'm not updating that one at all. But let's get into this top 7 list. We have 7 stocks that I think are going to do very well. And I'm changing up the format of this, and I'm putting it in no particular order. Number 7 is a good stock. Number 1 is a good stock. Number 6 is a good stock. They all have their reasons why I think they will really, really move. But let's take a look at the charts as we start to talk about each and every one. All right, number 7 is OYST. This has been on the list for a while. This is Oyster Point Pharma. This is a PDUFA run-up play. I believe that this stock can hit $18.25 on the run-up to PDUFA date. Unfortunately, it has not run. And this market correction has really hurt it. And so that's something that we're kind of dealing with on this one. My average in this is $13.69. Since calling this out, I am down 19.30%. So it's not going well. They have a PDUFA date of October 17th, which is coming up. And a PDUFA run-up strategy is, if you don't know what a PDUFA date is, a PDUFA date is a date that the FDA sets as a decision time for any drug as for FDA approval. And so this is, or at least that's a real basic understanding of this. And Oyster Point Pharma has a drug up that is for dry eye disease that their date is October 17th, which is rapidly approaching. Now, this strategy is not a hold through the date and hope for the best strategy. That is not worked for me. If it works for you, I am shocked that it works for you. You may have a 100% gainer that you do just terrific with, and you may have 5 or 6 40 or 60% losers as far as that goes. And so as far as I like to play the run up, so I am selling it prior to PDUFA date, prior to that decision date. And I have a certain strategy and reasons why I should exit a stock, and that is so important. Okay, let's go to number 6. Number 6 is another PDUFA run up. Here we go. All right, number 6 is Clearside Biomedical, ticker symbol CLSD. This is brand new to the list. My price target for this is $7.70 on the run up to their PDUFA date, which is October 30th. My average in it is $5.13. Just called this out to the group. A lot of our members are in it and just barely down, so this is a good time to jump aboard. And the drug is really important in my opinion, and that's why I think this one will really run up to its date. And that's diabetic macular edema. And I might be saying that wrong, but it's a common complication of diabetic retinopathy, which affects millions and millions of people. And so this is a very important drug. And so that's why I think we'll have a run up to that PDUFA date as people get excited and get in. And also the rotation. Once there's a PDUFA date decision or a PDUFA decision or an FDA decision on one of these drugs, then you see rotation from investors, and you'll see them move out of that one and see that one dump and then go into the next drug in line. And CLSD could be the benefit of that big time in the next week. So it'll be really interesting to see, but I think this is going to be a great stock for the coming month, and it's going to be a great run up. All right, number 5 is ETON Pharma, and we have had this in the past. This has been, oh boy. They've had so many denials. At some point, they have to have an approval, right? They have massive amounts of drugs in their pipeline. They are constantly working on FDA approval on something within their pipeline on this. Anyway, they have a PDUFA date of November 6th, so it is coming up. My price target for this stock is $6 a share. My average in it is $4.83, and since calling this out, it's up 1.57%, so not very much. If you're watching this video for the first time and you're like, I really want to try this out, try out this strategy, then ETON might be a great one for you. Also, I would highly recommend that CLSD. Both of these are going to be great, and they have a migraine drug that's up for approval that is shown to be effective on seizures. And so multiple application drugs typically get a lot of excitement going up to an FDA date. And so this one can really surge. This is a great value. If you look here and you look, it's under 50 in the RSI, or just hit 50 on Friday. We're about to have a MACD Golden Cross. There is the price action has been much higher in the past. And so this one could really run. And so I like this one for a move upwards. All right, let's go to number 4. Number 4 has been on the list a long time, and I've gotten some grief on this and some excitement. Okay, so we originally bought this stock back here, and it ran up, and I was able to sell it for an 82% gain. Yahoo! That was great. And so after the dip, they announced an offering, and that was the reason why I exited, because I have an exit plan for each and every stock. And an offering is always a good reason to say, I'm out of here, because they diluted their shares in order to build more facilities, more Bitcoin facilities for Bitcoin mining. And so there's lots of value in this company. My price target on this is $20 long term. So this is a long-term pick. I think it's going to take a while for us to get there. I'm just holding. I am down 14.25%. I don't really care. I'm not looking for a quick buck on this one. I'm looking for a massive payday down the road. And so this may take 6 to 9 months. And so if you're not the type of investor that can handle that, then this stock is not for you. But my average in it's $5.98. There's tons of value here. And because Bitfarm has the best hash rate versus market cap versus stock price on the market, much better than Mara, much better than Riot, a lot of those other really popular Bitcoin names. And they are not in China, and so we don't have to worry about China regulations at all. They're Canadian. So, what's up, anyway, but anyway, this is a Canadian stock, and so this is one that's been listed now is on the NASDAQ, and it should do really, really well. But there are a lot of people down asking me, what do I do? I'm panicking. Well, this is not a short-term stock, so please keep that in mind. Okay, let's get to 3, 2, and 1. All of those are insider swing plays. I love the insider swing play. I play it all the time. And this has been a fantastic way for me to make money in the stock market. And the first one is ASANA, ticker symbol ASAN. And this is an insider pick. My personal price target for this is $125 a share. It got there once. It's now had this pullback. And let me explain what's going on and why this stock is good. My average in it is $102 since calling this out. It is up 3.38%. And the CEO is buying shares of the company that he's the CEO of. And he's doing so big. He had a purchase of $50 million. That has put, no one puts $50 million down and has no idea if the stock's going to go up or not. This CEO is very, very confident. And if you have been on this channel and watched over the months past, we made killer money on the CEO buying up shares all the way up on this run, and it has been so fantastic. Well, ASAN is good again because the CEO is at it again after this bounce. Now, I sold it right around here. It got up a little higher, and then it's come back down again, made money on it, have made money all the way on this run. Hopefully you have too. This has been a fantastic stock for that. But now we've had this nice little pullback, and with the insider activity, I was a buyer at 102. I think it was right around here that I got in and started talking to the group about it because that insider activity was so significant. And so I think this will go back to 125, and at 125 I may be a seller. Some things I'm looking for. I am looking for this stock to get overbought or a high probability of coming back down. Also, if I heard of something like, or if the insider activity was to completely stop and there was to be no more insider activity, after so many business days, I would be getting out of that also. Okay, so let's go to number 2. Number 2 is a special insider for sure. And this was number 1 on last week's list, and it didn't do well. I don't know why it didn't do well, but it didn't do well. But the market has not been great. Remember, we've been dealing with this correction that we've been going through. So we've had the stock market correction that's been going on. Number 2 is Safehold, ticker symbol SAFE. And this is an insider play because iStar is loading each and every business day. This has been really huge. My price target for this is $100, so way up here. And I think it's going to get there. And Safehold has had this happen in the past. My personal average in this is $73.50. Since calling this out is down 2.26%. But iStar has been loading every day all over again. It's been 9 business days in a row, and this has happened in the past. And I believe it was between 2019 and 2020, if I'm doing the number of days correct. I think it was, I'd have to look at my notes somewhere, but it was right around 180 days of insider activity in a row. So 180 days of insider in a row. And all I did is I bought Safehold. Let's go back to 2019 when this happened. Let's just go back. It went from 2019 to the beginning of February of 2020. Yeah, look at this run. This is when the insider activity started, and it just kept going. I bought, and I held. I just let it go. And it just kept going, and I think I sold after insider activity had stopped, and finally it had stopped right around here. Some other people got ahead. I didn't get full price on it. But anyway, this is looking like it could run all over again. iStar is doing exactly the same thing. They're buying shares of Safehold. This is an amazing value at almost a 33 RSI. We're about to have a MACD golden cross down here, and we're having insider activity each and every day. So this will move up. This is just a matter of time. I expect it to hit $100 a share. This is going to be a great stock. All right, let's go to number one. And number one has had some very unusually large insider purchases, and it's time to pay attention. This is CIM commercial, ticker symbol CMCT. This is an insider swing play. I think this is going to get to $15 a share in the medium term. My average on this is $8.83. Since calling this out, it is up only 0.67%. So three major owners are loading huge, really big. I mean, we're talking a lot of money. And Shal Kuba, Avram Shamish, I shouldn't even say these names, and Richard Ressier, anyway, have all loaded multiple times, open market transactions, multiple days in a row. These are all the things that I love to see as an investor and investing the strategy over lots of years. In my experience, when I've seen this much insider activity prolonged over a long period of time, this thing will ride all the way to ridiculous numbers. So I'm going to just wait until the insider activity again stops. I am confident that this has even more to go and should be great. So hopefully this list has been helpful to you. These top 7 stocks are strategies that I trust and have very high conviction in. I've played these plays for a long period of time. I have about 13 different stock strategies that I use during different market conditions and different things. But the two major ones that are the most important are my insider swing play and my PDUFA run-up play. Those are the ones that I utilize all the time and have made solid gains in the stock market year after year after year. I hope to see you in our Patreon. I wish all of you the best on the stock market, and Raythoven out.